Larry, we appreciate your perspective on the show. Tell us if you think Zimmerman should be arrested, first of all.
No, I think, the police made the right decision. And I say that after finally learning, because I didn't know what to think at first, finally learning that only at the Orlando local news level was it revealed that there was a witness, a neighbor in front of his house, who saw Martin, the young man, on top of George Zimmerman, sitting on top of him. He had pushed him on his back, which explains the grass stain on the back of Zimmerman's shirt, and he was pummeling his face, which explains the bloody nose. And it was at this point that Zimmerman produced his gun and shot Martin. So that makes it sound a lot different from the way it's been reported.
He did run after the kid. That's a fact. You hear it on the 911 tapes.
He did, and you know there's a thing called citizen's arrest that is legal in most states of our country.
Okay, so you acknowledge that he ran after the guy, but when this loser stalker finally catches up with a 17-year-old kid who's 140 pounds, and in your interpretation, gets his ass kicked because he's such an idiot, and he winds a 250-pound guy winds up on his ass from a 140-pound kid, and then you say, okay, he's allowed to shoot him?
The neighbor corroborated Zimmerman's report to the police, and I think that's why after the initial police impression, when they got not only Zimmerman's side of it, but when they got the neighbor who only would allow himself to be identified as John, who saw it from the front of his house, then it becomes a very different picture.
Do a little role reversal here. Let's say I'm stalking you, Larry, and I call into 911 and I say, there it is again, a white guy in a tie. These are all the white-collar criminals that are robbing us blind. I'm going to go chase after that guy. And then I mumble under my breath, frickin' honkies. Okay, and I come after you, and you get the better of me. You wind up, let's say, and I don't grant you the facts at all, but I'm saying, assuming you're right about how the facts went down in the Zimmerman case, then you say, when I come up to you, this stalker, and you wind up punching me in the face, do I have a right to come out and shoot you?
When you've been pushed on your back and your assailant is sitting on top of you, wailing away, then at that point, a reasonable person might think, this is a bad situation getting worse.
Every witness has said that they heard the kid screaming, with the exception of this witness that Orlando claims that they have, that Larry Pratt is talking about, that they heard the kid screaming, okay? And so the facts that you're hearing from Larry are not necessarily the case. I'm saying even if those facts are the case, it's nuts. So let's have that part of the conversation, Larry, because you're saying I can chase you down.
If you jump on top of me, you start beating the tar out of me, and I can get my hand on my gun, count on it. I'm going to shoot you.
All right, fantastic. Now I know that I can stalk your ass, and if you dare fight back, Larry, I could put a bullet right in your chest, and then go, oh, so bad. Oh, he fought back. Ha ha. He had Skittles in his pocket. He fought back. That guy with the tie, that white honky, I shot him dead.
After he pushed Martin down, who, by the way, is Hispanic, after he pushed Zimmerman down.
Oh, so Hispanics can't be racist, right? And he's part Hispanic, so that's so it absolves him?
He's been identified as white, so I thought I might clear that up.
No, you've been identified as white.
He should have run away. He should have run away because he had his stalker on the ground.
Wait, why shouldn't Zimmerman have run away? The cops told him, don't go there. He's the one with the gun. Why shouldn't he have run away?
That.
So you think Zimmerman should stand his ground, and that's your big law, stand your ground. He should stand his ground, but when Trayvon Martin gets stuck with a gun, he shouldn't run away. Or he should run away.
Once Martin had neutralized the threat, Zimmerman was on the ground. That's when he should have just taken off to get out of there. That's not what he did, and he doubled down and he started to really beat the tar out of the guy.
You know who doubled down? Zimmerman, who stalked him in the first place and then shot him in the chest. So now you're telling me, last thing, Larry, last thing, okay? Stand your ground you think is a lovely law, right? So,
I don't think it applies here at all. We're talking about fighting off an assailant who's in the act of actually knocking your head off.
Larry, I think you're in a world of trouble. I mean, you're asking people to stalk you. You're asking everybody. You're encouraging vigilantism beyond belief. You're saying, hey, you know what? Go stalk anyone you like with a gun. If they dare fight back with Arizona Ice-Tea or Skittles, then shoot them. You're telling everybody to go become shooters. You are a dangerous person, Larry. You the NRA, Alec, you get people killed on a daily basis.
You can call self-defense vigilantism if you wish, but
Well,
self-defense is protecting your
Trayvon
own
Martin's
life.
self-defense? How about when this idiot stalker comes at him with a gun and he does self-defense, and when he does self-defense, all of a sudden you say, no, he should be shot dead?
Trayvon Martin gave up his rights and shifted from being a victim to being an aggressor when, after he knocked Zimmerman down, he didn't run away from that situation. Instead, he doubled down on the guy and it started doing a world of damage.
Funny how the kid with no gun is the one who, in your mind, gave up all his rights, but Zimmerman, the freak stalker who'd called the police 49 times on black males, called this guy a coon, chased him down with a gun. He has all the rights in the world. Funny how the world works in Larry Pratt's world and the NRA's world and Alec's world, who wants more and more guns and more people to shoot each other on a daily basis. Larry Pratt, thank you for joining us on the Young Turks and making your position.
For your very balanced opinion. It's a joy
making your position very, very clear to the American